29F. Just got the ick from my husband, 31M. Do you think it calls for a divorce? Just for context, my husband and I get along in all aspects of our relationship, but recently he's been in the habit of picking at the dried, scabbed skin on his feet and flicking it all over the floor. Hence, giving me major ick as I constantly feel like I'm cleaning his flakes off the couch, bed and floor. Today, we were watching TV on the sofa and I was having some leftover pizza beside him. Imagine my horror as I see a huge piece of his dead skin he was picking at fly into my pizza as I go to take a bite. I immediately went off on him for being a disgusting piece of SHT and haven't spoken to him for a few hours now. He on the other hand thought it was quite funny. I don't know if I can continue with this behavior. I have told him before that this does bother me, but he tells me that because he plays so much soccer on his off days, the dry skin just happens and flakes and he needs to remove it regularly. Does this call for a divorce? The fact that your first thought was divorce is alarming. I think he must be doing more than flicking dry skin. The fact that you immediately thought of a divorce, it sounds like your marriage is doomed anyway. This is disgusting, sure, but you jumping immediately to divorce over it tells me that you already don't like him very much, and have wanted to divorce him for a minute anyway. Why doesn't he groom himself in the bathroom like a person who's house trained? He needs to stop. No one should have to live subjected to this disgusting behavior. If you decide to divorce him, it'll be about the disrespect, not just the toenails. No, it calls for you to tell him to stop and get some moisturizer next time he goes out and start using it twice a day and that problem is solved. Then tell him to quit being a dickhead. Again, twice a day, lol. I don't think it's divorce worthy, but it shows a certain lack of respect for you in your home. Does he not clean after himself? My 35F boyfriend, 37M, came out as gay. How do I stop hating him? My boyfriend and I were planning to get married and have a baby, but he slowly started charging his mind and opening up to me about his desires. He discovered that he had been closeted gay. He's never been romantically or sexually involved with a man before. He was initially confused whether he was bisexual or gay, but he thinks he is more gay. I've been somewhat patient with him throughout this process and I'm the only person who knows his truth. Despite this being a sensitive life situation, I hate him. I hate him for ruining us, for betraying our relationship and making me go through this torture. I don't know how to move forward, I'm so devastated. I thought we were meant to be together forever. My wife came out as a lesbian after 8 years of marriage and a kid. As bad as this hurts right now, know that this is saving you from a lifetime of heartache. You are young and can restart life now without looking back. It's time to cut ties. He needs to continue his journey without you as his support person. The hate will lessen when you move on, heal and find happiness again. You can't do that with him in your life. It's better he told you now than 5 years from now or when you have his baby. This anger is justified. Go live your life. It's okay to hate him, but you need to stop being the person helping him. You deserve space. It's completely fine to hate him for as long as you need to. You felt your time and energy was wasted, and that's completely valid. Just remember that it takes more energy to hate someone than it does to not think about them at all. Breakups suck. There are a lot of feelings. It'll pass, you just need time and space. Are you in contact with him? I am big on no contact after a breakup, not trying to remain friends or whatever. You need that space to get on with your life. My 27F boyfriend, 31M, is avoiding me after my pap smear results. My boyfriend, 31M, and I, 27F, have been together for almost a year and I am frustrated with his reaction to my pap smear results. So a few days ago, my pap smear came back abnormal with low-grade dysplasia, LSIL, and signs of HPV. Up until now, my pap smears came back perfectly fine each year, so I was a bit shocked when I first received the report. Also, no HPV until now, might have been dormant, but had no knowledge of an active or previous infection until now. I have decided to share the news with my boyfriend and I really needed his support since I'm really scared of gyno issues. Even the pap smear procedure is scary enough to me. I have explained to him that this is the first time it showed up for me, had no knowledge of being infected previously and shared some HPV-related facts to him, such as the favorable prognosis because we are young. I've explained to him and suggested the next steps for us, such as Gardasil vaccination and so on. He started freaking out and saying that he feels bad with himself, that he feels dirty and that he's done with having sex. I felt like this is an appropriate reaction since he had limited knowledge about this virus and I decided to comfort him, explained to him that the infection is widespread, it's got nothing to do with being clean. He went non-verbal after this and remained absent for the rest of the day, while occasionally discussing daily stuff and what he wants to buy for himself. We've had no discussion about this until now and I'm starting to get really frustrated with the way he is handling this. I've explained to him that there is no point in dwelling on whether I got it from him or not. He is not my first sexual partner. And there is no purpose in pointing fingers since it's so common and the prognosis is good. So I don't think that the issue here would be that he felt like I'm putting the blame on him. It's making me doubt his ability to have a serious relationship through good or bad, but I might just be angry at him because it will be an expensive and draining journey, especially for a person that has health anxiety. I'm not sure if I should ask him that we'd talk about it or I should just leave it like it is. I think he's avoiding the topic on purpose. How can I handle this since he's clearly uncomfortable? HPV stays in your system for about 2 years. It's actually quite likely he is the one who gave it to you. They don't test men for it. The fact that he's 31 and still this immature about sexual health is quite insane. He's behaving like a child. Men are frequently dormant HPV carriers. You should be able to talk openly with your partner about your health, and that includes sexual health issues, which everyone experiences at one point or another. Our bodies are vulnerable to all types of infections and it has nothing to do with you as a person. He sounds really immature and detached from caring about you. You deserve a partner who cares about your safety, including emotional, and takes his health and yours seriously. Imagine being pregnant, giving birth with him around? Postpartum depression being his wife? Yeah, he showed you a trial version of what type of husband he will be. Huge red flag and not husband material. He could have given it up you. Without him knowing it, now you know what he is like. I tested positive for gonorrhea but me, 23F, and my BF, 24M, never cheated. Me and my boyfriend have been together for 2Y and I just got the result back for STD. They said I tested positive with gonorrhea but I never cheated. My boyfriend keep accusing me of cheating and I don't know what else to say. I know him and I know he would never cheat, so if I didn't cheat and he didn't, what happened? We've been hanging out almost 24/7, calling every night and texting all the time. If I'm not with him I'm either at home working on stuff or with my friends, and we also share localization. So there's no way that we cheated. I'm going to take another test to make sure, but now he's treating me that he will leave if it's positive again. It's just unfair. I never cheated. I have no reason to cheat and I think the act of cheating is just disgusting. How is this possible? Why is it positive if we both didn't do anything? I don't know what to believe anymore. I'm tired of fighting to prove SMT I didn't do, but I cannot end this relationship on SMT. That's not true. Thank you for listening and writing back. I just need answers. How long ago was your most recent STD test that showed you didn't have gonorrhea? Did you and your boyfriend get tested right when you got together, to prove to each other about any STDs you may have? Did he test clean then? Did you? If you tested negative for gonorrhea when you started your relationship with your boyfriend, you can remind him of that and pull up those test results. Possibilities. One of you had it before getting together without realizing, false positive, he cheated. I think either way both of you need to get tested again and openly look at results together. Best of luck. My girlfriend of a year is pregnant but we've never had sex and I know for a fact she hasn't slept with anyone else because we share location and spend a lot of time together. So how is it possible that she got pregnant? I'm sorry but that is how you sound right now. Get a second test to be sure if you want, but if that comes back positive too then deep down you already know the answer. Gonorrhea is only contracted one way. Well, I'm sorry but if you didn't cheat then it's him. You should figure out how to make him admit it and stop blaming you. Did you get tested before you started dating him or last year? Assuming you tested negative before in the 2 years you've known him, your boyfriend cheated on you. The rate of false positives for the test is under 3%, so the overwhelming odds are the test was correct and your boyfriend cheated. He's accusing you of cheating to put you on the defensive and to manipulate you into proving you didn't cheat or thinking of how you didn't cheat instead of realizing the obvious: he cheated. Someone cheated or already had it when starting the relationship. You can't just develop gonorrhea, unfortunately. Skeptical smiley face.